And welcome to another exciting edition of Citi Scape right here on Citi TV. So we're in Heritage Month, and it also happens to be Women's Month. So I've dragged Apiorkor to one of my favorite spots in all of Accra to discuss what the modern woman in Ghana looks like today at Ghana at 62. So this is Citi Scape on Citi TV. Let's go.
What are your opinions? Join the conversation on social media with the hashtags Citi Scape and MyScape, and via the handle at Citi Scape GH as well on Instagram.
Hi.
Don't ever do that again.
I'm so sorry.
Please. It was scary.
Why?
No.
That's how you greet me all the time. Anyways, so you know we're in the month of March.
Yes.
Heritage Month. You know this is my favorite month of the year.
Well, April is my favorite.
No, next to my birthday. Do you know why? Because I have an excuse to wear Made in Ghana every single day because it's Heritage Month.
Why can't you do that?
Because people judge, legal. Also I work in the legal sector.
Space.
Yeah.
We love you, lawyers and judges and everyone else in that legal space.
Yeah, so I don't have to wait till Friday. I could do it every single day of the week. But yeah, I mean,
you look really nice.
Thank you. Do you like my Serafina vibe?
Love it.
We're at our home. If you know Nalam clothing, you know that, you know, they're top quality. Every positive thing you can say about a brand, Nalam has to offer. And this is their home-based brand as well. Our home, where you can find things for your home. They happen to have clothing as well, accessories. You'll see. You know, I was thinking about, I recently wrote an article on my blog about how Pocahontas, for example, shaped my feminism. It got me thinking about...
Interesting.
Yeah.
I need to read.
You do need to check out my blog. And then it got me thinking about Ghanaian female figures who've shaped my feminism, or my Ghanaian feminism, because, you know, feminism is very relative. So, I've just been thinking about how much we've changed as Ghanaian women and what the modern Ghanaian woman looks like now, especially, you know, seeing as we're celebrating Independence Day, International Women's Day. How much have we changed, and what do we stand for as Ghanaian women?
62 years.
62
so basically,
years.
What does a Ghanaian woman look like at 62?
Yeah. I guess we're the most modern Ghanaian women. Yeah,
she's fine. Yeah, not you, but
some of us are, yeah.
But yeah, so where do you want us to start from?
So I recently saw a study, I think it was published by the UN, that Ghanaian women add up to more than half of the population. I think it's 51 point something, like well over half. And we also seem to be quite politically active compared to other women in Africa. And we're also very young.
Quite young.
And that really got me thinking, especially with the current government as well. I see a lot more women taking active roles. Not even to mention the Samira Baumias, who recently spoke at my university as well. And the First Lady. But there's so many other amazing women.
Auntie Rebecca's bae, man.
Yeah, so I just wanted to talk a little bit about that. So do you think the Ghanaian woman is, let's say, politically aware? Do you think she's politically active? Are you politically active or even aware?
Definitely. So for me, I wake up in the morning, and one of the things that defines what I think, what I eat, what I do, the discussions I have throughout the day is our politics. Our politics are current affairs. Why? Because I feel as though you can't live in a country and not be interested in what's going on in the political landscape. It affects us whether we like it or not. You can decide not to vote. You can decide that you don't want to listen to politicians talk on radio or on TV or whatever it is.
But whatever decisions are made eventually affects you. Yeah.
Exactly. Economically, people sit down, they have conversations about how much they should charge for electricity, for water. That affects me because I pay bills. It affects the price of the kinky that I'll buy by the roadside.
But do you think it's a lot easier for you? I know you've also, obviously, you're well traveled, you've lived outside Ghana as well, but you've been back for a while. Do you think that has affected how politically aware you are? Like, were you this... Did you even care this much when you first came? Okay.
I've always been. So even with American politics, I was very, very much interested and involved. Maybe also because I was a young black woman in America.
Yeah. I think living in America, you have to be aware,
which also
whether you like it or not.
But I think it's also because of my mom. My dad, of course, very interested. He's an economist. I mean, has done work in the political space. Anybody who knows that, you know that. But apart from that, my mom is very politically aware, to the extent that I get home and she knows all the names of the MPs, and I'm like, who is that? Who is that again? I mean, I know the constituencies, but I don't know the MPs' names. And this person said this, and I disagree, and they're talking about the RTI bill, and she has very strong political opinions.
So this might not necessarily be a Ghana at 62 thing. This might be something that, I mean, is entrenched in our history.
My mom is just turning 66 this month. So... I mean, and she a lot of the things I know about our history, especially politically, I learned from my mom. It's not my dad who typically sat us down and said, hey, you know what, this happened. My mom was saying in Nkrumah's time there was this, and there were the young pioneers, and they would come to class and teach us.
I definitely feel like there's so much about female political activists we don't know about.
Very true.
Obviously, we've heard about Santua. I'm sure there are others, and I know there are more women that are being rediscovered in our history who we're spotlighting these days. But I definitely think that Ghanaian women played such a huge role. Even look at is it Nana Konadu or Jemai Rawlings and the work she did with women as well. I think that's always been a part of our history, and I think it would be great if we could delve more into that, you know, perhaps in another conversation.
In another episode we could just highlight female political figures over the period.
Not even political, female figures who made an impact somehow in whatever industry.
We've been trying to do that on Breakfast Daily this month, you know, and so we brought in different kinds of women. One of the women that we've celebrated is the late Josephine Ando. Okay, so she, amazing story. To cut a long story short, this is a woman who was a teacher, and she was born in 1923. So if she were alive, she would have been in her very late 90s, right? So, I mean, she was a teacher, and then when she got married, she decided that, you know what, I don't want to teach anymore. And mind you, if she was born this long ago, being a teacher meant that she was well educated and came from a certain privileged background.
Which wasn't necessarily common back in the day.
Precisely. And people went off on her and said, you know what, you're a teacher, how can you, because she wanted to bake. That was her passion. How can you do the work of illiterates? I mean, people bashed her. But she had big dreams. So you know what she did? Got a shop on the high streets near the now Barclays and Stanchart head offices. Very elite space. She was baking and wholesaling. So the women from the market would come and supply her. She would supply them with her baked goods, whatnot. She had all these offices around her, and mind you, the post office was there at that time. It's not Ghana post office today. It was
very
heart,
busy,
you know,
back in the day,
heart of our economy. It was right in the middle, and she would serve these people. They would come and buy.
So she was an entrepreneur,
precisely,
back in the
and
day.
through that, even though she was married, she was able to send two of her sons, her two older sons, to the UK to go to school because they had special educational needs. Send them to the UK to go to school with her own money. She was able to travel and go on vacations with her own money. And recently, the Antique Lemonade did an exhibition on her. Amazing, amazing. So I look at women like that, and then through her story, you learn about some lady at Makola who was selling just flour, but she was wholesaling to almost all the bakers in Accra. Or you hear about a woman who was selling just margarine, but she was wholesaling to almost all the cooks. Amazing.
Yeah, so there were women driving amazing, phenomenal things. You see women who are unapologetically following their dreams, going as far as having master's degrees, but coming back and wanting to do something like you said, going even... is it Crumbs and Layers? Having a master's degree and
love you
and having such an amazing bakery, and just not allowing society to force us into round holes if you're a square peg. If you get that analogy. I definitely think we've had a long history of that, and it's great to see women coming out of their shells a little more and, you know, taking the bull by its horns. Stick around, we'll be continuing the conversation. Don't go anywhere.
Go.
Spend 30 minutes every weekday catching up with all the trending social media conversations of the day. If you tweet it, we'll read it. We might just even Skype you. 30 minutes is all it takes, so use the hashtag 30minutes on social media to catch our attention. Join the most interactive social media TV show weekdays at 5 p.m. only on Citi TV.
Go.
Hello there, welcome back to Citi Scape right here on Citi TV. So I'm still here with my sealing brush at our home on the Guildford Road. It's near Palmwine Junction, if I'm not mistaken. You know, just come check it out. But we're still talking about the Ghanaian woman at 62. What do we look like and what are our experiences like? So, Madam Sealing Brush, what's it like? I mean, okay, I have to ask a question though. I never wanted to rock my natural hair because, you know, I have issues. I break combs and all sorts. What has that been like for you?
My mom permed my hair, or allowed me to get my hair permed when I was 6. And it was because I was breaking combs. My hair is actually very thick. So people will see me and say, oh, your hair is soft and your hair...
Wait, what?
Yeah, but that's... And I'll tell you how that happens and why I think that there's so many misconceptions about natural hair. I'm sure we'll delve into that conversation in a whole other episode.
Yeah.
I'll give you a bit of that. So at 6, my hair was permed because I was breaking the biggest of combs. Prior to that, my mom would take her time, hot comb. It wasn't what straighteners. We didn't have any of that. So she put it in the oven, heat it up, and then stretch my hair bit by bit. She did it for both my sisters and I. Okay, permed my hair, and I had permed hair my whole life. It was long, luscious. You know me. I hardly ever do attachments. I hardly braid.
Oh my God, you said attachment.
Yes.
Aww.
Yeah, I hardly braid. I've never done a wig cap before, like gone to a salon and had them do. No, I've never done it. No, it's also because, look, no matter how expensive that hair is, how good quality it is, if I have it on my hair for one day, it's not going to look good again. I just don't have the patience for hair, okay? But then somewhere in 2014, I started exploring natural hair again. Not because it was a movement, not because anybody asked me to.
Okay, that was my question. So it wasn't, the movement had no influence
had nothing to do with that. It also had nothing to do with me now discovering this Ghanaian beauty, because I used to walk around with duku all the time. It's either duku or my hair.
Oh my God, so we do have something in common.
Something,
okay.
You know. But it's just because I felt like I had started working at a place. Around then I started working at Citi, and I started working at a place that allowed me to transition comfortably. And that's why I chose that time. So it had nothing to do with the movement at all. But I mentioned my hair breaking combs. I've been able to tame my hair because I don't braid it. Because I don't, even though I might stand the chance of breakage more easily, because I don't do a lot of protective styles. What it's done is it's allowed me to grow with my hair. So I've learned how to manage it as it's growing. So I know that, okay, shea butter works for me, coconut oil works for me. If my edges begin to break, castor oil is the thing to go to. I've discovered all the natural hair salons in Accra.
That is very fascinating, though. But I love seeing other women, other naturalistas, you know, embracing their natural hair and, you know, going back to our roots.
Yeah.
Especially, it's like, as the years go on, we're more proud of our heritage and where we came from, and very curious about how our ancestors chose to maintain their hair. I mean, I'm hoping to do that if I end up having daughters, but I really don't think I'll be doing that natural hair journey.
And again, I must mention that my mom and both of my sisters are natural. Most of my cousins are natural. I mean, you were at my wedding. You saw
Let me tell you a story about Apiorkor's wedding here. I walked in and I had the nicest Brazilian hair. My hair was done. It was a black and gold theme, so I was wearing this black jumpsuit. I'm speaking to you guys. Story. I walk in. I have never felt so confident walking out of my car and then feeling so embarrassed because there were so many beautiful naturalistas there. Yeah. I felt like covering this expensive Brazilian hair that I'd gone to style at the salon. Listen, I found another girl who had a wig cap, and we like literally held hands. We're like, each other. Oh my God, like it's so embarrassing. There's so many naturalistas here, but it was beautiful. It was a sight to behold.
Thank you. And I must say that I have nothing against wigs. I mean, I'm sure now we're talking a little bit more about Ghanaian fashion. Our mothers were doing the hot comb thing and the afro, and then the perm thing came.
They had
curls
back in the day.
They've done it all.
They've done all of it.
They've done it all. And now I see a lot of older women also rocking sister locks, shortcuts,
embracing their natural hair.
It's so cool. But I have nothing against the weaves.
I'm so glad you say that, because sometimes you meet naturalistas who treat you different just because you have a weave on. I actually had an experience with someone who saw me. I can't tell you that because then it'll be really obvious. Okay, so it was a very prominent conference, and we were organizing an African chapter in London. And when I met this girl, she actually said to me that, "Oh, you sounded like a naturalista."
What does a naturalista sound
exactly like? Through our emails, but I came with a weave.
Yeah, I think a lot of naturalistas tend to be very condescending. Sometimes I catch myself doing it, but I've also told myself there's nothing wrong with other women expressing themselves in other ways. I do encourage other women who can take, because it is a lot of work. I won't lie, it's a lot of work to carry this much hair on your head. You can't just get up and run a comb through it in the car. You need to take your time to really take care of it, and also find what works for you.
I mean, I was natural for 2 years. I've just realized I don't have the time and patience.
If it's not for you,
it's not for me. I mean, I would love to explore that with my kids, but for me, it would take something huge.
Especially when you're used to permed hair before.
Yes. I feel like back in the day, our parents did so much with their hair. And even now, I mean, we do so much, but I feel like they took more chances than we did.
Oh yeah, they were
definitely
crazy.
They had more crazy eras than we did.
But speaking of fashion, I'm also excited to see more Ghanaian women doing more Afrocentric clothing.
Yeah, I'm glad you finally caught up, ladies.
Yes, doing more Afrocentric clothing. Because before, if you dressed like Emefa or something I'm wearing, you were seen as more radical.
Oh my God.
Yes, you're radical. You're this Afrocentric person. But now
I remember going to my sixth form end of year ball, and I actually I designed a dress. I had my mom make it and then bring it over for me in African print. And I tell you, everyone, I mean, back then I was in an open in Nkrumah. I don't hide it now, but for a 16, 17-year-old, that's a bit much, especially in a foreign country. So when they were like, oh my God, there Emefa goes again, with her hair out, her beads, a dress that she designed. I went as far as sewing beads on it as well, just to give it an evening gown look as well. Yeah, back in the day,
Yeah, this is back in the day.
Yeah, so like I was saying to you, I absolutely love that in the month of March, even though from Monday to Friday, I've been doing that this whole month. I don't have to wait for Friday to rock my African print. I absolutely love it.
Yeah, feel free.
And I love seeing female designers taking risks.
Risks that no one else in the world can take. Look, there's some certain things you can only wear if you're African, man, because no, it's true.
Tell them, girl.
You just feel confident wearing it. For anyone else, it might be a bit much. Our colors, for example, even the African prints. I mean, before, you wouldn't catch me dead in African print.
Really?
Yes, because I had this whole very Afrocentric. So Dutch prints and so African prints, even the ones being produced in Ghana, for example, a lot of them are actually Dutch owned and that sort of thing. So I was very radical about it. If I were going to wear anything African print-ish, it would be batik, tie-dye, or maybe one of the more local producers. I don't want to mention names. You got to sponsor us for that. But yes, the ones were the Ghanaian-owned ones, But now I'm more open-minded about it. I mean, if it's something that we're using and we've embraced it, regardless of where it comes from in the world, people still tag it as African.
Yes, and we do live in a global world, I mean, these are very African-inspired, but they're just produced somewhere else.
Exactly.
I mean, I would love for it to be produced here a lot more, and I would love to see a lot more Ghanaian-owned fabric companies, but I mean, it is what it is, so we do have to put our own Afrocentric flair on it. But I mean I've always been super duper Afrocentric. When I was 5'6", I was always tying my hair. I was always talking about Kwame
Davi.
Nkrumah, Davi. No. I've been a Sewa. No. And you know, my favorite band is a CB from back in the day, from the 70s. I mean, I've always been a lover of all things Ghanaian. But it's just lovely that now it's not seen as like a radical move.
Yeah.
It's like so many people embrace it. It's just seen as being you.
That's
yeah.
It. You know, but I want us to talk a little bit about the Ghanaian woman and her role in the home and in relationships and in marriage as well. Do you think that has changed?
I do think it's changed, and I'll use women around me as an example. I mean, growing up, there were so many variations of women, and that's another thing we should even talk about, you know, from women who've grown up here to women who've like recently moved down. But in terms of the role in the home, I think it's more acceptable for women to follow their passions and to go after what it is they want. And even though there are people who are
I'm at work and my son is at home.
And you're carrying load. You're carrying load too. So.
Yeah, and working full time.
Yeah.
Before you wouldn't see that.
Yeah.
And even you know, women in pregnancy. Before you have to dress a certain way, cover it all up.
Oh yes.
You
Things
can
have
rock
definitely
it.
changed in that respect as well.
Embrace it.
Yeah.
Women are owning property. Not property in the name of their brothers and their fathers, but actually owning property, owning assets, running companies, big and small, taking up managerial positions. It's crazy, and bringing home money. Some women are making more money than their partners are,
and
that's
not apologizing for it.
Yes, and the men, I must congratulate the Ghanaian men.
We do.
Ghanaian men, look, when you go to some places, man, the men, they are not supportive of women. I know we things are not perfect here, but Ghanaian men, they try. Generally, they try. Why, you disagree?
Oh, I didn't say that.
No, I'm wondering.
Oh, I just said, like, it's a question, like, oh, really?
No, generally Ghanaian men try. They do. Look, Emefa, I've been to spaces around the world.
Apiorkor. I didn't disagree.
We're in a classroom. I mean, sometimes you get those extremists here. But you're in a classroom and you raise your hand as a female, and the men, a male lecturer won't even look at you because you shouldn't talk. I haven't had that experience in Ghana.
And I must say, I've only ever experienced that in a Ghanaian space.
Yeah, generally. No, it can be pretty bad in some other places, you know.
Okay.
But what does the future look like for Ghanaian women?
I mean, possibilities are endless. You always ask me why I'm wearing sunglasses indoors. It's because my future is so bright. I think the possibilities are endless for Ghanaian women. I'm so excited to see how far we're going to go in so many sectors, politics, even the creative arts, which we didn't get a chance to touch on. Women doing amazing things
I'm a poet.
spaces.
The poetry space is dominated by men. But now women, I see young girls stepping up to the plate.
Yeah, especially when you had that record-breaking concert at Kempinski.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, but I'm so excited to see.
We've got the likes of Poetra, J. Jong,
yes.
You know, Crystal Tete, all these people just trailblazing, and then all these young poets following, Akutua. It's amazing.
Yeah, it's just, I'm just so excited for us because I feel like Ghanaian women are trying at least to come out of their shells and are being unapologetic about their contributions to society and to we as Ghanaians. So, you know what? This is Citi Scape on Citi TV. Don't go anywhere.
For regular news checks as they unfold, 2020 news all day, all the time. Politics, sports, entertainment, business, and more. 2020 news. We bring you the world in 20 minutes.
What are your opinions? Join the conversation on social media with the hashtags Citi Scape and MyScape, and via the handle at Citi Scape GH as well on Instagram. Now let's find out what's new in the city.
Hello there and welcome to the What's New segment of Citi Scape right here on Citi TV. So today I brought you to one of my favorite spaces in all of Accra. I usually get all my little bits and bobs from here and it's called Our Home. So I'm here with Seth, who is going to tell us a bit about his job and what you can find when you come and visit the Our Home store on the Trade Fair Road or Guildford Road. So this is Seth. Hello, Seth.
Hello.
Hello, thank you so much for agreeing to have a conversation with me. I'm always in here, but thank you so much.
You're welcome once again.
For agreeing to take me through all of these things. So what exactly is your role here?
Well, okay, I'm the sourcing officer for Our Home African Heritage Outlet and Online Mall. So we do everything made in Ghana. So all these things you are seeing on the shop floor, we go out there to look for the vendors, we look for producers, we look for unique and quality stuff for the shop. We do artifacts, we do furniture, we do garments, we do cosmetics, we do food products, and anything made in Ghana. When you walk into Our Home, you will see this product.
Yeah, so today I want to focus on furniture because anytime I come in here, I tell you that if this was like an apartment complex, I would move in straight away. So I want you to show the people at home the sorts of things they can get their hands on when they come here. So this is, I'm guessing, a dining room table. I'm not very good at furniture, but I just like everything here.
So this is a standard dining table set.
And what wood is this made from?
This is from mahogany.
Mahogany. Yeah, mahogany. Oh, that's lovely.
Yes, so this is mahogany, and you can see that this furniture set is very unique.
Okay, so do you want to talk me through some more things?
Sure. So we have another piece of furniture here.
Okay.
This is actually made out of wood stamp. So
so you can actually see the rings.
The rings on it, and it's quite natural, and it comes with a natural color and all that. So this is good for your garden. You put this in your garden, and you are good to go. Okay. And so on top of it, we have a wine holder. So this is like figuring like people unity, four people putting their arms together, supporting each other.
Have you ever had any requests to customize?
We've got a lot of orders to customize our products. You know, most of our products are unique, and when people get here, they know that when they order and we get them this particular item, you will not see it at any other place. So they trust us, and then they ask us to customize particularly furniture and any other things.
So if I wanted this table, but I wanted chairs with maybe like a backrest or something,
we can gladly do it for you in about a week.
That's fantastic. Yes. Also, what do we have over here as
well? This
is another dining
this is
table.
Another set of dining table that is made of cedar wood.
Oh wow!
Yeah, cedar wood is another quality wood that you can come across.
This feels so good.
And so this is very great, and it's actually carved. So the design we are seeing is carved and it's made with hand. So it's handmade. And
it exudes wealth and just richness.
Exactly, but it is not too expensive. It looks very expensive, but not that expensive.
That's what I love about Our Home.
So we call this type of dining table Royal Dining Table. So we also have an online store. So any part you are in this world, you can just at the tap of a button purchase anything on our online store, and we'll ship them to you at wherever you are. And so the online store is ourhomestore.com.
And what's your handle on social media?
Our Home Store.
Thank you so much, Seth. Honestly, welcome. I mean, we're in Heritage Month. We keep talking about contributing to Ghana moving forward, and that's exactly what Our Home is doing. Not just for Ghana, because you source from Africa as well. Yes. I'll definitely be back to check out more of your goods.
We'll be expecting you.
You've been watching the What's New segment of Citi Scape. The show continues.
I just want to say to any women watching us, don't think that stepping out of your shell to do amazing and seemingly strange things is weird, because our grandmothers and mothers before us, they did some stuff, and that's why we're here.
And on that note, let's continue to celebrate women, not just the Ghanaian women in general, because we are special. I mean, we're heavenly beings, aren't we?
Yes, we are.
But just to wrap up, the future of the Ghanaian women is as bright as ever. And just like Apiorkor said, be unapologetic about your talents, your skills, anything it is you want to do, and don't never hold back. So,
and we've been at our home.
Our home, my home away from home.
On the Gifford Road, next to the Palmai Junction. You know, Trade Fair, in case you know, it's called the Gifford Road. The Trade Fair Road is called the Gifford Road. So we've been here. I mean, it's not the first time we're coming to this space, but they have amazing things.
That's why we keep coming back.
You can see all the information on the screen. Be unapologetic.
Be unapologetic about who you are and never hold back. Don't dull your shine for anyone because, babe, you're fierce. This has been Citi Scape on Citi TV. I am Emefa and this is Sealing Brush. Bye.